946 on TSN 990. Welcome back to the program. It's Game Points with Matthew Ross. That's me. Mo Khan in studio as well. And Marco Polo on the board. We are now ready for our final segment of the show this evening. It's called Game Points Rendez-Vous. Stop laughing, Mo.
I'm sorry, Matthew. The music really makes it laughable at times.
Stop. I'm going to ban you from the segment. It'll be just me and the
and you'll
guest.
still lose.
And I'll still lose, yes. All right, we got the Kenny G in the background. Is it loud enough, do you think? There we go. That's it. All right. On the line, someone a little more dignified than the three of us. We welcome in from thefootballgirl.com, also a contributor to ESPNW. You can follow her on twitter.com/thefootballgirl. It is Melissa Jacobs. Hey, Melissa, how are you?
I'm good. I'm a little annoyed with you guys, though, because you didn't really give me the Kenny G disclaimer. I'm not a big fan.
I told you, Matthew.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Kenny G either, but it just sets the mood, doesn't it? Come on.
Not for me, but let's carry on.
What is your speed then?
My speed? Well, I went running right before this, and I was listening to Flo Rida, and that's kind of more my speed.
Huh. Interesting. All right.
Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind for future segments.
I appreciate it.
Myself, I'm partial to like TLC.
Oh, okay.
At least you're
Chasing
accusing me.
Waterfalls.
Yeah, exactly. Red Light Special. Look that one up. All right. Well, Melissa, this is how Game Points Rendezvous works. We have three gentlemen here in studio. We will each ask you one question. Following that, you have a lady's choice. You can either ask any one of us a question, or you can have any one of us ask you one more question.
Wow, okay.
You got it?
Yep.
All right. Here we go.
Okay.
Question number one comes from me. You cover football. You're a football fan. Who is the most charismatic football player out there, and why?
Ooh. Well, I'm not going to say Mr. Tebow. You know who I think who is actually highly underrated is Aaron Rodgers. You know, he's just someone, I went to Cal, and he went to Cal, and he's just someone I followed his whole career. And he has a really, really funny personality. He's very playful. You know, he is very into pop culture. So he's just a very, entertaining guy who I do think is extremely charismatic.
All right, Mo?
All right, my question to you is, what is your all-time favorite classic NFL uniform?
Oh, man. I think I have to go with the Chargers. I mean, I'm not, into the old-time uniforms that much just because of kind of, I guess, the time period that I was brought up. But, I've seen them, and they're very ugly. And I do enjoy the throwbacks when, they bring them back in modern times, if you will.
All right, Marco Polo.
Hello, Melissa.
Hi, how are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm great.
Unless playing football, watching football, or doing a football-related activity, do you think grown men look absolutely foolish wearing football jerseys?
So you're saying do football fans look foolish? Most football fans who are not athletic.
Yes, that's a key word.
Okay, yeah. Okay, we're basing it on weight. They have to fit well. The problem is the guys who don't realize the proper length, and you see a little bit of the belly, and or they're too baggy or too tight, and you see rolls. I mean, as long as they're they're fitting well, and also I live in DC, and I'm still see people wearing Donovan McNabb jerseys. I mean, you got to be up to date, or you got to go with a retro cool guy. You can't have somebody who is kind of a laughing stock in the city and walk around proudly. So those would be my criteria to avoid all of that. And if you avoid that, then, I think it's acceptable. It doesn't make me upset.
All right, fair enough. Donovan McNabb jersey. Really? Wow.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. I still wear an Elway jersey. Is that all right?
Yeah, Elway is completely acceptable. Well, yeah, especially there. Yeah.
All right.
That's very cool, actually.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, I'm a Bronco fan. I'm not buying a Peyton Manning jersey, but it should be a fun year.
Yeah. You're not? I mean, are you?
No,
not that
I like
excited?
Peyton Manning. I'm just not going to buy the jersey.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Good choice.
Are you upset?
I'm highly offended. No. I actually bought. I didn't own any jerseys. I'm a huge 49ers fan. Have been, growing up and all that. And I went to the Saints 49ers championship game, also known as like the greatest non-Super Bowl game of all time. And I did buy an Alex Smith jersey, which I'm actually looking at right now.
Alex Smith. Wow.
Alex Smith.
Of all the 49er greats, you bought an Alex Smith jersey of Lott, of Montana, of Steve Young, and you bought Alex Smith.
Well, yeah, it was 2012. The guy needed my support, and I mean, he was clutch. He, was a big part of us winning that game. So I look at it very fondly.
Frank Gore,
Jim Druckenmiller.
How about Jim Druckenmiller? Very nice. Elvis Gerbach too.
I know, good knowledge.
How about the linebacker whose name is escaping me? Patrick Willis. How about a Willis jersey?
There's enough Willises and Gores out there. I mean, I wanted to be unique.
What
so
about
I wore
Giovanni
it proudly.
Camazzi?
And what's that?
All right, forget Mo's final thought there. All right, here's the final portion of the. Now it's ladies' choice. You can either ask a question to any one of us or pick somebody here to ask you one more.
Okay, I'm going to ask a question, actually. And, I have to pick. Can I just throw it out to all three of you?
No, you got to pick one of us. It's part of our standings for the season.
Okay, well, Matthew's kind of my buddy of the three.
Wow!
Of you, so,
Mo's very upset. He just threw his headset down. I'm last in the standings, so this really helps me out.
Okay, cool. Well, I just want to know, and I'm asking you to basically represent, well, certainly the Toronto area, but I want to know, for the entire nation of Canada, why you are not willing to support an NFL team.
Well,
namely the Bills.
We have this game up here called the Canadian Football League, and obviously it's been around a long time. There's been some players that have gone off to the NFL, like you might have heard of Warren Moon or Doug Flutie or
maybe
but I think it's mainly because football wasn't ingrained as much as perhaps hockey was, and also you need a really, really fantastic state of the art venue these days for NFL football. We're based here in Montreal, but obviously Toronto is. Rogers Center isn't the greatest of buildings, so nobody really wants to go there, I don't think. And it's also been the Bills, right, for the last few years, so hasn't been the greatest. But I would love to see an NFL. We used to have the American Bowl here in Montreal at the Olympic Stadium every year, a preseason game, and it would do quite well. We also had 50,000 fans for a couple of season openers for the World League of Football's Montreal Machine. So there is a nice history of football here in terms of American football, and I hope I've educated you a little this evening.
You've definitely educated me. Thank you.
Well, you're just a delight, Melissa Jacobs, and we should have you on more often.
Well, I would love to come on more often, so thanks for having me.
All right. Well, again, the website is thefootballgirl.com. You can follow her on twitter.com/thefootballgirl. And Melissa reminded me the last time we had her on was the Super Bowl. So we will not wait 6 months again.
Yeah, we were ripping on Madonna and Wes Welker, I believe.
Memories. Well, thank you so much for putting up with our cheesy ways, and we appreciate your involvement in GamePoints Rendez-Vous.
All right, well, thanks so much. I'm going to go listen to some Kenny G now at home.
Yeah, well, just try and get lost in his perm, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Melissa. And there you go. Another episode of GamePoints Rendez-Vous in the books, and the champ is back.
Typical Niner fan to pick a Bronco, huh?
Very nice. Maybe guilt over beating the Broncos in the Super Bowl.
This is ridiculous.
Mocon still ahead of myself. Stefano Micella, an intern who's not even here, still ahead of Matthew Ross. But I get back on the board. Nice victory tonight. And Marco Polo brought it strong this evening.
I thought he was going to win.
I thought he was going to win.
I
thought they were both. We both thought they were going to pick. She was going to pick Marco Polo. Very articulate, engaging, and taking a shot at Fat American. So it was great.